Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We are back, part 123 of our Skylander Spyro's Adventure playthrough. Just recorded the, actually I'm gonna do 5 tonight in all. This is my 4th, being the Undead element Skylanders. This is our fully upgraded Undead Skylanders. Gonna take them through some gameplay here. Question here is, which chapter to pick. I thought of possibly doing, Darklight Crypt, just because there's the boss scene at the end, but it's not really, you have to use items, to take out Oculus. It's not, the actual Skylanders attacks. I know some of these, I think Cadaver's Crypt and Creepy Citadel had decent amount of enemies. I think I'll just do Creepy Citadel. It kind of sticks with my little theme here, just going after the element-specific, source we need. So I think we'll do Creepy Citadel, and we'll start out with Chop Chop. Out of these, I'm kind of interested the most in seeing how Cinder does down Shadow Dancer. I actually know the others pretty well. This Chop Chop, of course, went down the primary path. I'll take Legendary Chop Chop down the secondary, kind of defensive path. I really enjoy the T-Bone levels. That's why I'm actually letting this cutscene go.
Well, there's the Creepy Citadel, where the eternal undead source rests in peace. Okay, let me see if I remember.
And I needed to yawn. Not as tired as I was last night. Anyway, I'm gonna skip this stuff. Chop Chop. Come in here. I think everyone knows his base attacks pretty well. Bone Brambler doesn't get talked about a lot, but it's actually really good in my opinion. Anyway, his blade, he gets 2 combos: the B button for the Cyclone and Z for the Leap. Both pretty nice. Vorpal Blade, more damage. It kind of turned it into that glowing, ghostly fuchsia, whatever it would be. Demon Blade of the Underworld. Swords have longer range and do maximum damage. That's kind of gives it that aura to it, like it's funky fire. And then Cursed Bone Brambler is a soul gem. They do extra damage. That's pretty neat. But we'll come in over here.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
What that was on fire. Not quite remembering that. Anyway, got a few enemies here. There's a Skull and Bone. Let's see what the shield does. Okay, well, have to get rid of the spawners first. Let me try a combo. No, it didn't work out like I wanted it to. There we go. I got the leap to actually land on him. You can kind of control it in the air. As you can see, when I actually swing the sword, he does very, very nice amounts of damage. So, all honesty, I do not for the life of me remember this puzzle. Shouldn't be too bad, I suppose. Let me see. You can probably slide this one over and up. Yeah. Chop Chop moves pretty quick. I don't know if he gets a lot of credit for that or not, but skip that if we can. Yes, you can't. So, anyway, AAB, that's a Cyclone, and then the one I landed on, that Archer, is the Leap. Now I'll try to highlight his Bone Bramble, which looks pretty awesome. That's with the Soul Gem attack. I'll have to wait till we get a chance to do so. Okay, there's some enemies. Let's go ahead and... because that didn't kill him, but the sword did. So, now if I can get rid of this spider, I'm going to try to show you the shield a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to just stand here with our shield and let him shoot us. As you can see, well, screw that. As you can see, you can hold B, and then when you do the A button, you just kind of press him. I'm sure that would deal a lot more damage down that path. That said, it's not totally useless, you know, down this path. Also of note, he gets a lot of health back just when you kill people, and clearly we're not ready to be over here, but like I said, I haven't played in a long time, so. Alright, we'll get that angled. Let's see, is that where it goes? Honestly, don't remember now. Nope, we need to bring it back a notch. So, means we have to go all the way around. Really pretty crummy deal. Turns in 45-degree increments, and then it has to move on a full cycle before you can turn it. So I think, isn't that gonna line up? Yeah. So now we can hop, skip, and jump over here. Alright. I think we're gonna need to drop these down.
You need an air Skylander to unlock this gate.
Really wish, you know, that would like turn off after a while, you know. So now I think we step here. We can move that one. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm trying to get to the other side of it, not do that. Oh, this would be the perk to doing, you know, Quicksilver Vault. I'm really familiar with that one. Plus, there's just so many more enemies, you know. I have not been in Creepy Citadel in quite some time. That said, we'll hop back over here. I'll try to do a Cyclone and maybe another Bone Bramble, and then we'll probably call it good with him. I think there's a Shadow Knight up here, if I remember right. Yeah.
Skylanders
So,
of the Undead element are stronger in this zone.
Here it come. Whoops. Okay. 2. It's basically 3 rounds with a Bone Bramble. Cursed Bone Bramble. It looks like it deals 17 damage. Man, he's got a lot of money left over. You know, just on a side note. Okay, so all those guys are just statues. Can't remember if there's anyone down here or not. Oh, you know, he doesn't need that. None of them do. Oh well, guess he'll just be loaded and upgraded. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and switch now to Ghost Roaster. He was actually my first Skylander to level 10, and the first that was heavily upgraded. That said, I went down as secondary, which did the Skullmaster. I think it was awesome. Fright Bite, Skull Charge, increased damage, creates a ghost which you can then of course eat. Life Transfer, devouring a ghost heals you, and then Lingering Curse, ghosts have bigger attack range and knock enemies away. So we're gonna go ahead and this Pain Chain right here is just the A button. You know, it deals decent damage, but I just felt Skullmaster was the better option for him. Okay, haven't messed with this in a while. Let's see. Yeah, that didn't quite work out like I was hoping it would, but I am tired and I, you know, have not played in a long time, so, you know, bear with me here. This should work. Almost oh, that was perfect. Okay. I was gonna say almost perfect, but not quite. Let me highlight his speed here. Almost too fast. Those guys, okay, they're both statues. Alright, here we go. We will highlight this for you. And then now the ghosts, I kind of want to watch them. They were wreaking havoc. with like 87, 58, I mean the damage this thing does is just insane. And as you can see, you can just like basically chew and tear through anything, you know. The ghosts were pretty aggressive though. I don't know if you saw them at the top of the screen when we killed everything, but worked very nicely in my opinion. Ectoplasm mode, he's immune to everything, but as you can see, he loses health. That's honestly like the first time I've used it in gameplay. I really don't have any need for it. I guess if you were like in a situation where you would... I can't really envision that though. Anyway, I mean you can see he's very quick. Let's just take this out. I mean it's ridiculous what he can do. You know. We'll grab the pie and pull him. I actually now will go to Hex, who I kind of want to see. If I did battle mode, I probably would have done Bone Crafter, you know, upgraded her kind of defensive attacks. That said, I went Shadow Master on Hex. It's actually very nice. You can see the little +5 there. She gets, you know, health back, I believe. Go ahead and clear this out. I'm actually pretty impressed. I didn't know she would be, you know, this good. Fully upgraded. That said, before we get too much farther, we'll come in here. You know, I think everyone remembers her primary stuff. Long distance orbs. Hold A to increase the range of your phantom orbs. Then caustic phantom orbs increase damage. Unstable phantom, they explode, damaging nearby enemies. And then skull shield. Skull ray knocks away enemies. Requires soul gem and Cadaver's crypt. So, you know, there's the bone shield. You know, do with it what you want. You have to hold B down, and it still takes a while to conjure up, making it almost, you'd have to like set it up, but as you can see, it's kind of cool. That said, I'm kind of liking the Shadow Master path. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to set up a wall and just try to make this happen. Okay, she got it off, but not before we got heavily damaged. Let's just go ahead and quit jacking around and take these people out. You know. I've got to say, you know, though, if you like treat her down the path that you pick, I think you'll be pretty happy. I think she will get a nice little bonus down in this area if we can kill some enemies. You hold A and you can increase the range. That's kind of what's going on there.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
I'd like to get her that watermelon. I mean, I actually do remember which way to go. I think it was someone's weird soul gem here. It seemed out of place, but I think a soul gem might have been there. If I remember right. I know whirlwinds kind of seemed like in a strange place to me. Anyway, I think that got it to where we can need to do that, but I do want the watermelon, so now we've got her back just in case we need her. I want to highlight her for the let's hold A down and see. We get really good range out of this. She can fire pretty quick. She's about dead. Couldn't move. I don't know what was going on there. I don't really want to lose Hex here to the stupid spider section. Seems like we would have got something there. That, you know, I think over here was actually where the soul gem was, or treasure something. I feel like both areas had stuff. Let's see if we can't get her something up here.
Skylanders of the undead element are stronger in this zone.
Did we get hit from behind? Are you kidding me? basically at point of being up the creek. Got 8 left. I feel like there's some Shadow Knights up here somewhere. Actually, there are. There's a ton of them. That said, let me go ahead and pull her because I want to see what Cinder does. Cinder, if you recall, had 0 upgrades. I wasn't terribly impressed. You can see she's got that Haunted Ally. I think that was her soul gem, if I remember right. Just kind of hangs out with her. Coming here though, Cinder Flight, that was neat, she got that early. I wish I would have checked it out. The Spectral Lightning does increased damage. Double Spooky, Ghost do increased damage. Shadow Reach, Shadow Dash range is increased. Now, most people do Nether Welder, which, you know, that's going to be the lightning attack. She's supposed to be really, really good. The thing is, I have that extra Cinder from Triple Pack G with Lightning Rod and Zook, so I'm going to actually take her down that path. But what interests me here, you know, Deathbound enemies hit by, you know, slower, ghosts last longer, nothing too great there, but I actually use her Shadow Dash quite a bit, which is the B button. It leaves, you know, the ghosts in the trail, which is why you saw those previous 2 upgrades down this path. But this last one actually does damage to enemies, which I felt like it was worth taking Shadow Dancer to kind of see how it was. And then of course the Soul Gem, I already mentioned Haunted Ally, travels with you and damages enemies. So the Black Lightning is pretty good. As you can see here, the range isn't phenomenal on it. But what I'm going to do now is try out Shadow Dancer. As you can see, the ghosts are just having a heyday here. They make the Shadow Knights move a little slower. And then, yeah, I'm very impressed with Shadow Dancer. You can see the chaos that was left. This is actually kind of tough. Some of these levels are really hard to get through. You know, unupgrading, you know, without losing Skylanders or something. Particularly this area. But what I'm going to try to do, she can fly, of course. I'm just going to Shadow Dash this whole thing since that's the path I picked. Can't really see well, there's so much going on, I have no freaking clue how much damage we're actually dealing. But the ghosts, which there are a lot of them, seem to take pretty dadgum good care of us. And I suppose that's just a very nice perk for us. So here we will fly and try to showcase some of the lightning attacks, I guess. Which, in all honesty, is doing pretty good for not being the path that we picked. Yeah. I'm pretty impressed with Cinder now. I don't know what it is. I'm not really into purple. You know. I mean, I like Chop Chop and Ghost Roaster real well. I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it. But, I don't feel like Hex gets as much credit as she should. You know, I know Daphne's a big fan. She has a few votes on the favorite Skylander poll currently running, but it's just easy for Hex, I feel like, to kind of get overshadowed by everyone else. Again, we'll do the Shadow Dance, or Shadow Dash, I'm sorry. Oh, well that sucks. I was looking forward to killing all of those. Anyway, sure you remember this one. I was gonna say it's kind of annoying, and now you know why. The main thing you want to do is just not backtrack and then step on the same deal, or you'll have to like go back and do it. You know, like you saw it rise up again, you don't want to have to repeat that. Okay. But basically, I mean, this kind of guides you, you know, the areas that don't. It's pretty easy to kind of pick up on them. So. There's one I missed somewhere. Like I said, I am pretty tired, and main thing, I haven't played this in a long time, so gotta bear with me here. That worked out well, not having to trip that one. I don't know what the deal is, I know this bot, the in fight, is kind of fairly challenging. God, that is annoying. Okay, happy day. That took a lot longer than it should have. Now we've got to go get the Undead source, which, okay, here's a nice little ending for us. Let's see here. We'll fly, we'll shadow dash, we'll spit lightning, shadow dash some more. We'll let the ghosts kill all the shadow knights. Yeah, she's doing pretty dadgum good. I've lost a lot of health here though with everybody. I guess I'll let her start out here. You know what, I think Hex may need that pie more, so we'll actually let Hex start out.
The dark hour begins.
Okay, yeah, this'll... I thought they were worth... Oh, missed the money. Anyway, here's our little death scene here. This'll be a Dark Ghost Roaster versus Hex. Let's see, his little intro gave me time to do that, even though he got to us, and then it made no contact with him, which totally defeats the purpose of doing it. As you can see, when you can set the wall up, it actually works pretty well. I thought the cutscene would have, helped us out a little bit more than it did, but I'll let Hex deal with this, and then we'll pull her. Oh. Like I said, I have not been in here in a long time, so there may be some stupid things I do. Okay. So here's Chop Chop, upgraded very well, as you can see. We're going to pull Hex and let Chop Chop take care of the dark, shadowy minion Chop Chop. So, this is a pretty sweet little scene. It's almost like Link versus Dark Link or something. Let's do the Cursed Bone Brown. Let me get away from him. Now he does the combo. Okay, that didn't... I kept trying to execute the combos, it just wasn't happening. But anyway, I'll let him kind of run around this time, and then we'll go to maybe Cinder. So we'll move on to, and I'll maybe let Ghost Roaster take care of the end. Trick there, of course, is to run with the short-staffed one. Alright, so now we've got Hex and the Dark Shadowy Hex. I'm going to pull Chop Chop and let Cinder see if she can eliminate this one.
So what?
Interesting to see how she does here. Hex here is not really upgraded as much as Chop Chop, I don't think. As you can see, the Bone Fortress doesn't really impact the Shadow Dash. This is somewhat challenging, not too bad. I suppose I'll let Cinder run around here and then we'll switch to Ghost Roaster. Don't really remember where you need to be in these later renditions, but so far that hadn't gone horrible, you know. It definitely could be much worse, so. I bet she'd fly better. Actually, can she fly over them? No. Okay, so that bright idea. When she took to flight, it looked like she was above the lasers, and I thought, you know, I've never tried that. And clearly, you cannot fly over the lasers. I thought it was worth trying. That said, I am going to pull Cinder. I'll probably get rushed by Ghost Roaster when I put Ghost Roaster on, but I'm just kind of going to let him take care of everybody. So here we go, Skullmaster versus Skullmaster versus Dark Chop Chop, Dark Hex. We'll try to get Chop Chop out first, which just did. Dodge that one. We'll focus on Hex now. Took care of her, and now it's gonna wrap up our Ghost Roaster. Oh, I guess our Ghost got him. So they were supposed to do more damage, and that's pretty much it. You know. Skip that. We'll grab the pizza for good measure and get out of here. So, last one up will be the water element. Anyway, I've got about a minute or two. I can kind of go into the paths a little bit. Alright, so we went into Creepy Citadel, battled Chaos, took care of that, got the Eternal Undead Source, however that works. Ghost Roaster, took him down Skullmaster. Personally, I don't see a contest there. I'm sure his Pain Chain would do more damage, but in all honesty, Skullmaster's kind of like Drill Sergeant. These are the two guys with the charge attacks or secondary speed rush attacks that are just, they really shine more in my opinion than their primaries. Chop Chop, if for whatever reason you go defensive, pick that path. Otherwise, I feel like it's pretty one-sided. You're kind of gonna take the sword path, vampiric aura, whatever they call it. I don't really remember now. I'm tired, But I think his primary path's the way to go unless the defensive suits your playstyle. Hex, she lost the health because I was trying to set up the Rain of Skulls, which even with the Soul Gem, that's still painfully slow. If you do a lot of battle mode or, you're interested in Hex, I would suggest you check out Bone Crafter. But for everyone else, I think Shadow Master will be the way to go. Bear in mind, if I went into this video just wanting to breeze through it and eliminate enemies as quickly as possible and just used her primary attack we upgraded, she would have looked much better to you. Cinder, most people upgrade her primary lightning attack, Nether Wilder path. I chose Shadow Dancer, and certainly not because of the name, but mainly because you deal damage when you Shadow Dash, which, like I said, I use that in absolute, almost every time I was Cinder going through Quicksilver Vault for money and to get her to level 10, I just almost always Shadow Dash, got behind enemies, and used the lightning then. Either path I think will be pretty good. I'm going to take the other Cinder down Nether Wielder, see if I think it would pan out, but in all honesty I'm pretty happy with Shadow Dancer. So anyway, you got to see Creepy Citadel again. We saw T-Bone ramble briefly, and there's my thoughts on the upgrades. But questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube or the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And as always, thanks for watching.